And welcome back to Rick's Room. I'm happy to have you. So it's a facsimile of like what happens at the end of a busy conference. You've been running around all day, you're busy, finally get a chance to sit down and talk to somebody you've wanted to talk to all day long and haven't had a chance. And so what is that conversation like? So in my room today, I have Laura Lasher. Now, you may remember Laura as the president of mortgage for Arbor Bank. She did that for many, many years. Now she's the founder of Worthy Performance Group and CEO of Redefining Business Intelligence, RBI. It's an outsourced data science AI company. Laura, thanks for being with me.
Thank you, Rick. It's great to be here.
So Worthy, I know, is coaching, mentoring, helping the next generation and a lot of female executives who deserve to be moved up to the C-suite, helping them make that transition as you did. But RBI is AI. That seems like totally different things. How do they connect for you?
So AI is all over the place. It's evolving. It's the topic everywhere you go. People have a lot of fear that AI is going to take their job and AI is going to, everybody's in AI. They want to learn more about it. And if they just play with it a little bit, they think it's like just a Google search type tool, not how deep it can take you. Yeah. So Redefining Business Intelligence, our RBI playbook, brought in how to look at companies from the outside, how consumers view their companies through social media, through online comments, and their websites. And it takes a different look. But the thing is that people are going to look at those sources before they do business with that company. I don't think anybody's out there just going to call up somebody and do business. They may off of a referral, but they're also going to want to do some research. So what we are able to do is gather that intelligence through our data science, and then our humans that are involved in the company analyze it also before we put reports back to our clients. So it zeroes in with years and years of experience in different levels of our team. And it also brings what the outside is looking at them for. We were probably ahead of the game a little bit, Rick, getting into this because people weren't as familiar with what it could do. And now it's really evolved and it's a lot of fun.
Now, full disclosure for our listeners, I'm involved in RBI, and it's been my great pleasure to tell some of the stories coming out of this thing. And you're right, Laura, you guys were way, way ahead of the curve. One of the first companies to come out with AI as a way to replace what business software intelligence had been promising it could do, but never really able to do. But when we tacked AI onto it, everything was changing so rapidly that it was hard for many companies to kind of get on board and understand it. Now it's becoming clear because you guys are doing more event-based conversations with businesses one-on-one, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
So the goal is to really get a little bit deeper with the companies and what they're trying to accomplish as they work through their business and really analyze where their strengths are, where their weaknesses may be. And there's the creative side of how their business started. Small businesses, we're really involved with a lot of the women entrepreneurs and small businesses. How did they start? Where's their passion? Where are they taking their business now? So many people get to work in the business versus on the business.
Right. One of the things that I think you are a master at is pulling together different people and connecting them into things that work. You got Scotty Shang involved. Scott does a lot of our AI stuff. That man is brilliant. You got Pam Finn involved, and she's the ambassador for the Women Entrepreneur Day organization out of the United Nations. And you pulled me in to start telling some of the stories. And together, we're making some inroads in AI, and I think it's going to go some places it hasn't been before. But what's the connection with Worthy? How does that fit together in your mind?
In my mind is you can get reports and you can get this information and you can go through all these processes and procedure. But then what do you do? Who keeps you accountable? Who helps guide you and becomes your mentor, your Sherpa, to get you through the process, to keep you on track so that you don't fall back into those trends that you've had in the past. Maybe you go to a conference, we've all done it. You take 10 pages of notes, you go back to the office. What happened to the 10 pages of notes?
Right. There's an old reporter who went to a million conferences. That happened to be all the time. I know exactly what you're talking about. So if you were talking to an organization, a women's organization today, and I know you've done it in the past, what advice might you give them to help them get up into the C-suite and really get their due after working at these companies? How should they be thinking now?
So there's a lot of avenues they can go down, but I really think that people need to focus on how they see their future self. Where do you want to go? Who are those people that you may want to mirror, that you may want to learn from? Are you being mentored? Is your company or the people that you're around mentors? Look at the whole environment that you're in because that's going to make a huge difference. Ask questions. Make sure you're with the right people. And I know that's easy to say, but make sure when you get in the circles that they're the right people, that they have you in mind, that they have the right values in mind of helping others, lifting others. And there's so much knowledge, but you're not going to learn it if you're just reading about it. You've got to learn it from those that can mentor and guide you and help you along the way.
God, I know that is true.
Mentoring is so important.
I'm not sure a lot
Yeah.
of companies understand how to implement that, though, right?
Right. Well, and they're selfish. They think those senior executives are going to stay with them forever. The thing is, people don't. They need to grow. And if they're not growing, they will leave. If they're not in the right leadership, if they're not around the right people, they will leave, especially people that want to be challenged and want to do those better things. So if you're not helping and engaging them in things that they know, they love, they like, they trust, and they want to share, you're going to lose people. And that's going to make it more difficult on your business.
Yeah, one of the things you said a minute ago, I really liked. You talked about being in an environment that supports you. People forget that where you work is not your only environment. You can create other environments. Groups like what Pam is building, in my case, just Toastmasters, where you get together with a group of people who are supportive and help you reach your goals, can do wonders. But if a company can develop a mentorship program in-house, wow, how much better is that?
And or they may not want to. They may want to bring others in and collaborate with maybe 3 people in a pod that helps the in-house, the outside coaching. I think you want to mix it up. You want to grow your people. You're not going to replace every position and every responsibility with AI. People are still going to be needed.
Well, absolutely. Scott says that all the time. Laura, thanks for sitting down with me today. Laura Lasher, she's the founder of Worthy Performance Group. She is the CEO of Redefining Business Intelligence, and she's going to be a guest again. Promise me, Laura, because we have a lot more we need to talk about.
We sure do. Rick, thank you for all that you do, and we appreciate you taking time to put this together.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.